Going on live. There we are, live on Facebook. Hello, people. Kavita here, Kavvita Kapoor Khalsaa, and you're on Exposé every Wednesday, 9 p.m. And I have a wonderful special guest all the way from Mumbai. And her name is Sangeetha Jayaram. She's a software professional, a mother of two children, and dance runs across through every molecule of her body. And she's very passionate about yoga, also loves to discover herself. But the one thing that she forgot to tell about herself is the childlike wonderment that she has. She is so excited about sharing her experience with Access Consciousness and the tools that she's using, that it almost makes me feel, wow, that's so cute. The child keeps popping out, which makes her very unique and very different and very special. So here we are with Sangeetha Jayaram. Hi, Sangeetha. Thank you for coming on to my show.
Hi, Kavita. Hi, everyone.
Yes. So I just want to know, what was life before Access and what prompted you to get into Access? Access Consciousness, by the way, people, the basic spine of Access is Access bars, which of course Sangeetha would tell you about her journey. Let's hear it out from her.
So, for me, Access is a way of life. Before Access, now when I look back, I look at myself and say, oh, was I even alive? Was I even living? And now, after Access, I actually feel more alive. And this is who I am. So, life before Access was. So I used to be fun loving. I used to be, you couldn't make out looking at me that, something was wrong, or, I had this issue or anything like that. I used to go about life, but I had a limitation around, I knew that I could only be this happy. I could only ask for these things. I could only be this. And what Access has helped me discover is there's no limitation, life, it's Sangeetha unlimited right now. So I can just do, I can just be, and it's my energy all over. I can create whatever I want, and I'm enjoying every minute. So that's what Access has been for me.
So from not knowing that you're the magician of your life, you have actually taken charge and acknowledged that you are the magician.
Thanks to you, Kavita, for helping me discover who I am. Otherwise, I would have not been able to do this.
You always did, because you know that you were very potent and you were very different, and that is why you couldn't fit in to a reality which you couldn't understand. You kind of was just giving yourself up for something that was not real. Which brings me to the next question, that what really changed? If I have to ask you, can you share some bits of experience to, what would people get to know, that really what can change with Access?
So what really changed? Earlier, if I was faced with a tough situation, or if I was faced with a situation, I used to think, I can't do this. Or I used to think, okay, I need to call my dad and then ask him, Papa, what can I do about this? Or I used to feel like, okay, let me try harder. And if it works, it works. It doesn't work, it doesn't work. That was before Access. But now, when I'm faced with a challenge, my first thing is, what fun can I have with it? Anybody comes and tells me anything that is, I'm not very comfortable with, I'm like, okay, that's your point of view. And if I'm faced with a difficult situation, I look at it from outside and look at it as a puzzle. I'm like, okay, so how am I going to navigate and come out of it? Because I can always see myself, this is going to pass, and it's going to pass beautifully, and it's in my hands. I have a choice, and that awareness was something that I did not have before. And I always, worked methodically, and now I work with awareness, and it just clicks.
So you started looking at things objectively, is what you're saying, right?
Objectively, and a little far. So I'm not too emotional, not too this thing. I look at things and I'm like, I know, and I use the tools. I enjoy using the tools, and I love the numbers. and I
Oh,
keep
yeah.
using them whenever I want. And I know I have the magic wand, and it's a choice. And I take
It
that choice and I take that chance.
and somewhere I think you've come out of the camouflaging way of merging in and fitting into the world, and you are fine standing out and coming out of the hiding, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So earlier
Showing
I
up,
would, yeah.
showing up as you.
Oh yes. So earlier I would, I would always want to fit in. I would always want to, um, meet expectations of people. And now I've started looking inwards, and I would like to be me. I'd like to do what makes me happy, and I would like to do what brings fun for me. And if people like it, welcome. If you don't like it, okay, that's your point of view.
Yeah,
So,
sure. And tell me, how has your experience with bars so far been? Like, any experience that you
oh yes,
made you wonder, wow.
oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. So, I'm still learning, and I still believe that I'm a work in progress, and I keep asking you like 100,000 questions. What
That's
should I do?
absolutely, I love it. I love your questions.
So I enjoy that. So every time I come to you with, okay, you know what, I this happened and how should I react, and this happened and what should I do, and things like that. So every interaction is a learning. But I happened to, I thought, okay, let me go and work on a friend of
No,
mine,
yeah.
and so me and my daughter, we keep doing it for each other, but it's more like ghar ki murgi dal barabar types. So it's, you just take it for granted. But
Yeah.
this, when I worked with my friend, this was a most beautiful experience. While you keep telling me that I have healing abilities and stuff like that, so I know, okay, I do, but it was it was a kind of validation for me, because I could, I did feel a lot of energy when I actually did it. And the other person who was receiving it was fantastic, because that person was in that space to, receive it from me. What happened was, while I was doing it, I could actually articulate things that made a lot of sense to the
Yeah.
other person.
You
And
could sense the energy and kind of communicate with that energy that made sense to both of you, I think.
absolutely. So it was beautiful, because I was so excited to give,
Yeah.
and the other person was so excited to receive, and it worked so beautifully.
Magically.
And I should say that after I did the bars, I was more happy, and I was like, oh my God, it feels so wonderful to actually share and give. And
Awesome.
yeah, and I just want to keep doing it, and
Yes.
for the reason that it makes me so happy after
Wonderful.
the session. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for you basically. You know what? We think we are giving something, but the fact is we are receiving at the same time, and hence it becomes a contribution. That's what a
Yeah.
contribution is. Simultaneous gifting and receiving is happening. So tell me, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Oh, I see myself completely into Access, practicing all of Access tools, and
You could start facilitating classes also. Later on, you
oh
could
yes,
become a facilitator. Yeah.
absolutely. I see myself growing in this. Mostly, see, because it doesn't align itself to anything. It's a way
Yeah.
of life. It aligns with the way I think. Even before Access, if I was stuck with something, or if I needed answers, I used to look up at the universe and, just say, why can't you help me? And I just identify with that. And I believe
Ask and you shall receive. Yeah. Ask and you receive it. Yeah. Wonderful.
that you ask and you will get it. So
Wonderful.
that philosophy and that principle is something that I totally believe in. And Access is kind of, enabling me to work in that space. And
Power. Yes. So, what if you could infuse other people with that energy that you have? So, tell
yeah.
me. I mean, I would like to have a few words before we leave. What would you like to say to people of your age, of people younger, older, whatever? I mean, what would you like to tell them?
um, my learning, which I think is generic and can apply to everyone, is we spend most of our lives taking care of people around us. We
Yep.
spend most of our life living up to somebody else's expectations. We
True.
spend our lives thinking, if I do this, this will happen. If I do this will happen. So there has to be a time where you put yourself in the center of the universe and then do what it takes to be you. And
Yeah.
everything else will fall, in place. So the moment you say, I would like to be myself, it doesn't mean that you're standing up or standing against or somebody. You're standing for yourself and you're doing things for yourself. And everyone else will accept that. And it's very, very, uh, eye opening. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. And
Creating, in fact.
yes, and you
People
finally feel that I'm actually breathing free. I feel like I'm breathing free, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, so corona or no corona, you're breathing free because you
As
choose it. How does it get better than that? That's awesome. Loved the way you have articulated this. It's amazing. And keep creating, keep choosing, and choice is all you have. I think you are brilliant and you're absolutely magnificent with whatever you're doing. So, yeah, keep creating and keep inspiring people. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Sangeeta. I just loved having you on my show. Thank
Thank you
you.
so
And
much,
see you
Kavita.
guys next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Expose with Kavita Kapoor Khalsa on something new and a new person sharing their journey. That's it. Bye.